Yeah, what's up, guys? Here's my updated Survivor tier list, and let's get right into it. It's been a lot since I've last done my other Survivor tier list, and I've learned a lot. Anyways, let's put Double Seven in B tier. Reason for it, he is a beast at last man standing, and he's extremely good at evading the killer. He has some niche tech with being able to clone before you're about to die in order to stun the killer. They waste time on you killing your clone, being able to use your clone to eat hits, and just a lot of other stuff. He's really good because he can evade the killer so well, like I just said, but he lacks support with the team. Once he does all the generators, he kind of just sits around. Okay, Builderman. I'm gonna put Builderman at S tier. I mean, the supports are just extremely good. Builderman can just single-handedly, if not taken care of, they can heal up your entire team or the entire enemy team, whatever side you're on. His sentry is just a chase give upper. You basically just have to break it, and depending on how good your Builderman is, they can put it in spots that will stall out to the killer a ton. Alright, next up, Chance. This is going to be controversial, but Chance, S tier. You know, put him at the front of S tier. Chance is the best Sentinel, in my opinion. He is extremely good. He just has so much to him. His gun has the easiest stun he can land. It's also the best stun, as it could just directly counter so many killer's abilities. It can counter John's spikes. It can counter both entanglement and mass infection from 1x. It can counter Jason's raging pace if he M1s after. Jesus fucking Christ. That said, it does have its weaknesses. I know that. The fact that it sucks against being chased on. It's really good for support. The gun is extremely good for support, but not so good for yourself. And that it does have a chance to blow up you. So yeah, alright. I'll put Duscar at A tier. I want to put Duscar at S, but you know what? S tier. It's more of in between, but Duscar's at S tier. Duscar is extremely underrated, and he is extremely good still. If you protect Duscar, they can protect you badly. And if there's a Duscar on your team that can hit their plasma beams consistently, they are just very good at hitting their plasma beams, then you're just gonna win straight up. They will stall the killer so much, combined with their shield, it is insanely good. You run away from the killer, stall for 20 seconds, they shield, you get your stamina back. Run away from the killer, stall for like 20 or so seconds, get your stamina back. You know, shield, you know, it's all that. All right, Elliot, S at the very front of the tier list. If I can do that. All right, whatever, Chance staying at the front. Elliot is by far just the best survivor, I would say, in the game, combined with the chase and just being able to heal your whole team. Elliot is a must pick for a good team. Elliot's just that good. You know, who wouldn't want an Elliot? All right, next up is the Guest 1337. I'll put Guest at A tier. You know, Guest, I feel like he's a bit overrated in terms of capabilities. I feel like the best Guests know that they're not the best Sentinel, the Guest isn't, and that he's more of a survivalist, pseudo Sentinel. He's more centered on himself, and being able to block so many attacks with so much tech can really just expand your survivability by a ton. Alright, Noob, put him at B tier, below 007. Noob is interesting as he's similar to 007, as he focuses on killer evading, and I would say he's better at stalling the chase itself, and he's much better if you have a good distance between you two. Then 007, like here's how I see it. If you're across the map with 007, you can teleport away, much better than Noob. If you're up close with 007, much worse than Noob. But if you're medium range, you know, as Noob, you're going to be way better off with than 007 because you can use your Box Colas. So yeah, anyways, put Shaletsky at the top of A tier. Also controversial that it's not an S. And simply put, Shaletsky is very good at his job, but he has limits. You know, range is his biggest limit. No matter how good you are, you know, unlike Chance, you can't just use that stun on the fly for your teammates. You have to position yourself in dangerous spots. Alright, next up, 2-time, F. Actually, no, F is too harsh, D tier. Because 2-time can still stall at the killer, but I mean, he's not good. D tier, not really going to explain. His passive with 2 lives kind of sucks. He just ends up being cannon fodder at the end, saving his second life. And, yeah, he doesn't really do anything. Alright, Taff. Damn, Taff goes to C. Taff just is not good. Now, I know this is also controversial. Taff, basically all of his stuff can be countered completely. Not only that, but sometimes it can even be countered and like make it easier as a killer, like getting speed boost off his traps and whatnot, and so on. So the only time his traps get any value is one, if you put subspace like through a wall where they can't hit it. That'll hit them, but it just won't really slow them down because subspace sucks. Two is trap stacking, where you put so many traps next to each other that they have to stop and break them, which is the only time Taff is good. But that said, it takes so much setup time, up to a minute, to do all of that, when you could just, go a different character and stall the killer with a much better thing. It's just like, Taff is basically Builderman, but worse in every single way. Builderman's Taff, but better in every single way. So yeah, this is my finalized tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed, and tell me what you think in the comments. See ya.